like a lot of us that do readings, okay, a lot of people don't ask for money. When I first moved to San Jose, and it was so glorious because this is almost like the metaphysical mecca of the world or something. Well, not literally, but I'm just saying there's you don't have to be afraid to talk about that here. You don't have to be afraid to talk about anything here. Like this is a huge, melting pot. Like I was told New York is. And it would be interesting if these two melting pots got together. Wow. A lot of readers don't ask for money or donations or anything, you know. But, excuse me, however, money is energy, as so many black female business owners that are spiritualists remind me, okay? And I have to remind them, I'm not telling you, it's not the fact that I disrespect money, it's the fact that I respect you to sell you that pair of earrings for $20 instead of $50 if you can't afford it. You said you wanted it. So I'm just saying, if it's not in your budget, tell me what your budget is. I mean, it's a bead and some wire of, what you're paying for is my time. However, I like you enough to not make you pay for my time, So that's one of the downfalls of the metaphysical community, the spiritualist community. We give readings and healings. We get sick. We take on their disease to make them well and get better. And you don't charge for that? That's silly. To me, that's silly. And I understand a lot of people feel uncomfortable. You said 5 or 6 people said you shouldn't ask for donations. Well, if that works for them, that's well and good. But I live off of Tasha and God. I don't have an 8 to 5 job to pay, my rent. What I do is what I get paid from. Okay, you have a job, cool. You don't need to ask for money, fine. So you can pay my Blog Talk Radio fees this month, huh? TashaSpeaks@gmail.com. That's okay. And there is no shame for asking for help when you need help. There is no shame. That's another misconception a lot of us humans have, kids. There is no shame in asking for help. If you need something to eat, you should ask for something to eat. Okay? I need help right now. I never have for the past, 15 or 20 years I've been on Blog Talk Radio. I need help now, so I ask for donations. How silly would I be to sit there and not ask for anything? That's not a good business move. That's not a good spirit move. Your spirit has to grow in different ways, too, to keep up with the body, and the body keeps up with the spirit. Sometimes, So a lot of us metaphysical people, I don't want to ask for anything. I'll just give my gift. I'll give. God didn't put you here just to give everything. God didn't put you here to give everything. I hope I'm plugged in. Okay. That's like being put on the planet by yourself. I put you here to help me. God put me here to help you. We're going to help each other, not just talk about what we're going to do and say, do it for me. No. You need a, I don't know, secretary or whatever, somebody to empty the trash. Learn how to empty the trash for yourself. And then you can say, I need this done on Tuesdays. Use that wrapper, that liner, that zip tie, and then they can understand what you're talking about. You're like, I don't know how, but just do it. Well, how am I going to know how if you don't know how? You can't tell me how. So, kids, it is not necessarily always a good thing to not ask for what you need. I'm not saying be greedy. I'm not saying ask for $300 for reading. You could at least ask for a donation, a love offering. I left my basket, on the table, and it had a big heart saying love offering. Because people don't know what to pay different readers, I understand what you mean, but it's not always ethical. It's not. And, my mama raised me like that. Don't ask for help. Don't air your dirty laundry. Don't do. And I grew up and realized she's wrong. I need something to eat. Angie, can I have $5 in PayPal? I need to go get me something to eat. I need, $5 for bus fare. I need to get to work on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday. We all need assistance. So if all those other BTR people don't, and whatever they're doing is for free, I'm not saying I'm not going to look, but I am saying I'm doing what I was told to do that's going to work for Tosh and work for her clients that tune in, you know? And just so you know, I rarely ever have a show of less than 150. That's including callers and views. Okay, so just because they have 10,000 or whatever, that's not saying anything. I mean, everybody can go to BTR just like you do YouTube and become a partner and get in the sharing program that they have there. But just like anything else in life, when you give one thing, usually something is taken, right? Yeah, I know you don't know about that, but you're a reader. Read, study, learn. Or you're being a hypocrite. If you're a reader, read. Then you know. If I do this and I do the sharing program, then you give up this, this, and this. You know, just like boys and girls. I think it was. Well, I won't say your name. T.W. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You know, when you go to Oranum and all those other reading sites, to say yeah, we're going to pay you, 99 cents a minute or whatever. That's well and good. However, have you read the fine print? Just like you, my dear, that I'm sending this video to. Have you read the fine print? No, you didn't. Okay? They want you to do readings for them so they can make money. They don't necessarily want you to really use your gifts. Because there's lists. Okay, Oranum, I know for a fact, has 17 different things that I can't say to the customer when they call. Then you're just making money. You're just living off the backs of others. I can't do that. No way. That would be so inhumane. And don't get me wrong. I worked for, oh God, Chance Thornton turned me on to two really good places. But that was, however, that was because I didn't read the fine print. And of course they, again, don't want you to say certain things. You can't bring up health, and you can't tell them when they're going to die. Well, I don't believe in that anyway. And a lot of things, your freedom is removed by making money that way. So I'm not saying it's not going to work for you, because, I'm sure a lot of tarot readers could do that, because I don't know if that comes up in tarot readings. I don't do tarot, so I cannot speak on that. You see? So I'm not going to should on anybody. Totally. A clairvoyant person such as myself, or one person that has all 6 clairs. Wikipedia clairs. Wikipedia clairvoyant, and then they're at the bottom. Would find that challenging, because when you use all your clairs, you're going to tune into that green dot in the middle of their stomach or whatever, and we're not allowed to talk about that. So that's self-defeating to me. That's not making honest money. I may as well go out and be a crack dealer if I work for them and they say you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say this, you can't say that. Okay? However, so getting back to my point, leaving a donation basket out is all well and good. I have to ask for money. I need to survive, from my jewelry, from my readings, from my healings, from my classes, all of which I do every single day. I don't talk about it because I don't need to talk about it. It's working, Maybe you talk about it because it's not working yet. I don't know. You could think about that. Why do you have the need to bring that up in every single conversation incessantly? Just saying. Not trying to be mean. I love you, right? Oh, boys and girls, I tell you, enjoy right now, especially if you're still living in Mama's house. Enjoy every minute of it, even though Mama got rules, because life has 1 billion more rules. And you deal with people who tell you, Tasha, don't do this. Tasha, don't do that. But they're not paying my rent. They're not walking in my spiritual shoes. Oh, they're not walking theirs either. Oh, that's funny, huh? Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. You're trying to tell me to do a thing that you yourself are not doing. You know, because how mean is it of you to tell me you should do this, you should do that? Well, that's well and good. But you know what I shouldn't have to do? I shouldn't have to hold your hand every week. I don't hold Ryan's hand to do a radio show. I don't hold the 18-year-old Chris's hand to do a radio show. I give you the link on Sunday. It's your business. Do with what you will. I did all the homework, all the background, collecting, getting together data. It took an hour to take, after I collected that for 3 hours, since you don't know, and then put that somehow, way, shape, and form in a nice, neat little package on BTR, or my website, or on Twitter, on anything. They don't come back and say, we should have talked. They take the link and use it. That's all I was supposed to do. That's all I do. You know, for my virtual assistant clients, of course, I'm going to do the whole thing. They pay me. That's my job, and I do it happily. They don't have to say, gosh, you post it here, post it there. No. If you're not paying me, why should I have to do that? And why would you be silly enough to expect it? On Sunday, I do blogs and tune up BTR. I put the link on my wall. Are you not looking at my wall? I look at yours. You know? All the people that I work with, I make sure to at least glance at their wall every day. And then I do my virtual assistant jobs. And then the 2 corporations that I'm starting with other women, you know, I do that work. Everything is on the calendar. Everything has a time slot. You know? You can't make me go beyond my time slot. It's not it's not, excuse me, nice to not put those things first. I can talk to you at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're both up then. Well, not for the next week. I'm working outside of the house all next week. So anyway, you know, boys and girls, this is the best time of your life right now. Okay, one of you is 30, but that's still the best time of your life, because things are going to change at 40, I feel. For most of the articles, you know, that I read, because I might not read a whole lot of books outside of metaphysics. I read a lot of autobiographies, though. I love it when people talk about themselves over a span of time, not repeating themselves. And magazines. I read a lot of magazines. I watch a lot of interviews, because I tend to believe you if the words are coming out of your mouth and I can see your mouth move, you know. So enjoy your youth. I'm still a big kid, and I know that. And I'm happy I know that, because you know what? There's a lot of 53-year-olds running around that want to kill themselves. And I'm so happy I'm not one of them. I like skin. I understand skin has to balance with spirit. Okay, so you don't overcharge people. That's not nice. You know? You don't lie. They say, well, Spirit said, and I know some people who went cuckoo because they chose to lie on Spirit in a lot of their readings. Okay? If you can't do a thing, or if you are not well, then don't do it. There's no shame in saying, you know, Tosh, I have a cold, I'm not feeling too good, can we postpone this, and, you know, until next week when I feel better? You know, because if you force yourself to do a reading or something, Monica, then that could potentially make you more sick. We know it's not sick. We know you're healing because. But for the average person, we'll say sick. So I encourage you to listen to your spirit first. Every single thing. You know, the filter is here. So when people tell me something, it gets filtered. So the stuff, and I filter it because I don't need to hear all your crap. And a lot of what we humans say is crap. You know? So I'm going to take the good and benefit from that. Like my friend yesterday educated me on so many things. And I wish for the 5 hours we talked, we could have just talked on those things. And instead of what they're going to do, gonna. Don't have time, can't, don't know how. Well, that's a cop-out. Learn how. You know? And I am so happy I chose a mother who forced me to learn. When we started her first business, I was 17. We started a board and care home. So in our home, in the ghetto, that my grandmother had built, because there was 9 of us, so there's a 5-bedroom home, a 3-bedroom home, and one little apartment on this acre of land that my grandmother bought across the street from my grandmother's liquor store. So I moved from the rich white neighborhood back to the barrio to start this business with my mother, of which that's when she made her first $1 million. And, you know, stereotypical black mom goes out first, buys 10-carat diamond and a Cadillac. You know? And, you know, I'm happy for her. But anyway, my point is, if you're going to do something, just do it. And then say, look what I have done. This is what I am doing. You know? Because let's face it, people in business or not in business want to see what you're doing right now, today. They don't want to hear what you're going to be doing, you know, a year from now. That's why when I started these 2 businesses, both groups of women decided, you know, we're not going to say anything to the public until we're open, and we'll have a grand opening, and the whole world can go click on all of our links. You know? Do it. I had to go with my mother to these meetings to find out, at Regional Center, to find out how to deal with level 2 clients. And if you're in that business, you know what I mean. So we had level 2s, people that could pretty much feed and clothe themselves. You know, just a couple of, you know, balls were out of order, marbles. And I love those guys. Oh, man, they were great. That was a really great time of business learning. And you go and you take that class and you get certified in that, and you take that class and get certified in that, and you don't sit around on your hands saying, I need help. Help me. What am I going to do? I need to get organized. No, you do it. How are you going to have a business and have a happy, successful, productive flow of money energy and others' energy? You know? That's all right now. Take time to think about. Just think about it. You know, not being so critical with others when your life is fucked up. You know, I would never consider telling anybody what you should be doing. It's so disrespectful of me as a human, as a spirit. If you ask my opinion, I will give it. However, if you do not ask my opinion, I don't have nothing to say. You know? Why should I? You're making yourself look ignorant. And again, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because if me and a few others feel this way, maybe other people do too. I know I'm funny. I do that to be funny. Or sometimes I mean to get my point across and to get others to learn. Example, on radio shows, when a girl asks about a guy, and I'm like, well, Boo Boo Kitty is the guy. Oh, but I don't like him. Well, hang up the damn phone. Yes, I understand you and others consider that rude, but I don't have time, if there was such a thing, to waste on people who don't want to accept what their grandmother is telling me to tell them. Then that means you're just spitting on my face, you're spitting on Grandma's face, you're spitting on the universal face, saying you really don't believe it anyway. So hang up the damn phone. Don't call me. Next caller. You know, that's just life. I'm just telling the truth in the shortest form possible. You know, the direct route is straight. The shortest distance to a direct route is straight, not detouring. I don't need to candy coat it. I don't need to should on others if I'm not doing a thing myself. You know, I'm not that way to everybody. I might be that way to you because a lot of times I feel you're just being rude. You're just being disrespectful. And a lot of times you're not. And those times are the ones that I will remember. I'm making this video now, and as soon as I click the off button, I'm not going to remember because I don't need to hang on to that. I've lost 53 pounds. It needs to stay off, you know. I'm not going to keep it on by worrying about whatever you think about me or I think about what I should change, you know. So, boys and girls, I think I answered all your questions. So, you know, let's not get into that trap of you talking, others walking. You talk your own walk and walk your own talk. Leave them alone. That doesn't really have anything to do with your life, you know. This person I'm talking about now, Monica and Jordan and you guys, is a very, very intelligent person who has temporarily bumped their head. You know, and I love listening to them talk and talk. I wish they made YouTube videos, you know. And sometimes it's not about organization, sometimes it's not, you know. Somebody asks you a question, you go with it. You know, one of the kids, I woke up this morning, you know, Big Mama, how do I do da-da-da-da? This guy, you know, that wants to get a reading from me, he says, I'm too young and there's no way I could possibly do this. And so I make a video. Don't shoot on me. We know age really is just a physical number, a physical number. It's not a spirit number. My sons can outread anybody and everything. It's at 17. Well, when I met Ryan, he was, 16 and a half, 17. You know, Chris, 17, reads his ass off. Better than any adult I know. It's not because they're kids that they can or can't do something. It's because they're kids because they could tell us more about how to do it. Because we adults forget as we get older how to be a kid, how to stay happy, how to be uplifted and funny. Thus, God made me to remind you, a big old beautiful baby Aries. Yes, to remind you, don't worry, be happy. You know, yeah, just be happy, mind your own business, don't mind mine. As Tidal always likes to hear me say, and Grandma said, I am, wait, how does Les Brown do it? I am the baby girl to Edith Lorraine Harris and Maggie May Keel, you know, who taught me there's 24 hours in a day, 12 for you to mind your own and the other 12 for you to stay out of mine. Amen? Amen. So, please know that I love you. I want you in my life for the rest of my life. This is not intended to put anyone down. It is merely an example to answer the questions that my kids have asked of me. Okay? You never really know a person, especially when you're doing all the talking. So we have two ears so we can hear, only one mouth, right? So we can mostly hear. And he's so cute. Okay, so for you that just text message me, you love and you keep. Oh, sorry. So the question was, how do you deal with people that try to should on you? Well, he didn't say that. Is this where is? Oh, okay, that was a private message. Okay, so JW, I know we were talking about this yesterday in class, so I'll just answer yours now, and then it's going to take me a minute to upload this video. When you meet people like this that want to tell you what to do, but they really aren't doing it themselves right now, because we can only speak for right now. What are you doing with yourself right now? What are you doing with your life's purpose right now? Okay? And they think you're too young, or they, put up blocks for you, basically. You should do this, you should do this, you should. You just love them through it. This person, I'm going to love him, because you know what? He has a lot to teach me about Tasha. And I should take those lessons. The other stuff is like a sieve. You put a sieve is something that lets the water go through and the vegetables stay in the basket. Okay? So I'm letting all the dirt go through, but I'm keeping the important lessons. Otherwise, I'd be just as ignorant as dumb. Right? Yeah. So I choose to learn all I can by all means, even if the person is talking off the side of their neck most of the time. That's okay. What did Jackie Chan tell Chris? I just like to let you talk to see how full of shit you are. I'm letting that marinate. So of course, I might be a baby Aries. Aries this, Aries that. Well, I'm Tasha Lene Harris. First and foremost, Spirit of God. Okay, so I understand astrology has its place. However, it's not the end-all, be-all, especially when you grow up. I remember to be childlike. I am not a child. Okay? And when you grow up, you let go of those things. I don't have to always be in the limelight. I create the light, and then I push you in it. It's your turn. And I get that big hook, like on, what was that comedy show? He got the hook, and he would take the people off stage. I can see it, but I can't think of the name. Anyway, so I get the hook, and I push another baby out there. And I get the hook, and I push another baby out there, because we all could be in the limelight just for a little while. Because you know what? It only takes a split second for somebody to see that and say, oh, why didn't I ever think of that? I'm going to try that. And that's it. But those are the things, we don't see. Because you don't ask me, what did I do today? You just assume, after seeing 10 videos, that I am whatever you saw in that 10 videos. No, I am what you see in all 5,000 videos. Okay, 4,732. Whatever. Plus some. Because let's face it, I'm not stupid enough to put everything out in public. You don't need to know. Like all the not feeling good days. You don't need to know that. I don't know why people put that shit on Facebook. I'm sad today because of the. Go tell a friend. Sit down, have a cup of tea. And I'm saying that for the kids' sake, not the adults. Forget the adults. Kids need to realize, at some point, I need to go talk to somebody about this if I'm feeling depressed and want to kill myself. But no, they see grown adults putting that shit on Facebook, so I'll do it too. And then security has to go to their rescue. Yes, there is a Facebook security, I feel sad. Boo Boo Kitty didn't call today. I feel mad because whatever TV show I wanted to see didn't come on. And yeah, okay. I thank you. I love you.